Today I was going through some of my stuff and I found my Necronomicon tarot set. I don't know if I said that right. I kind of struggled there to say Necronomicon. If you're not familiar with what it is, basically it's a card set. And so let me kind of open mine up. I never use it, so it's all still in order, or it should be. Let me see if I can get this closer. Mine's a dark card set, so usually they're not this, I guess, this dark of cards, but as I was looking at them, I really would like to make my own card. And the one that that always stands out to me the most out of my set is this one, the Hermit. I want to make my own version of Aithekua. I believe that's how you say his name. More commonly known in the tarot cards as the Hermit. But, or Hermit, I guess maybe I didn't pronounce the Tia there at the end. Anyway, yeah, I just kind of want to draw this card, but just my own version of it, not necessarily this being. It's probably going to be a little difficult. I haven't really got too many ideas of what I should come up with. It's just I was passing by the set and then it stood out to me. So with that being said, let me put my card set back and then I will grab the materials I'm going to utilize and I'll get started. So I will be doing acrylic, and so I'm going to just use those 4 brushes there, and then I'm going to use a pencil because I want to outline everything before I start actually putting paint down. I was going to just use my ruler to make the dimensions of the card itself, but I have this frame, so I'm just going to use the frame as a way to draw it, or I guess to be the perimeter of the card. I'm just using the ruler so that I know how far away and where it needs to be centered. I messed up quite a bit, but this is what I came up with. I had to erase a lot, and so it kind of looks like scribbles in some areas, but it's all going to get covered up with paint, and this is kind of the basic idea of it. I'm a little stuck. I don't know what colors I want to use. I know that the background of the card, I kind of want it like a really dark gray or black, maybe even like gray fading to black, or somehow like gray fading to black because of the lamp. But like out here, I don't know if I should just do like a solid black that fades to white. And I did draw a border around it so it looks more like a card. But yeah, maybe even do this gray. I think the colors will come to me, but first things first, gotta get this border all white. What is wrong with my toothbrush? My paintbrush. It's like spread out. Yet it has no paint in it. What the heck? Sometimes like paint gets built up towards the bottom and it just flares out the paintbrush, but there's nothing there. It doesn't stay. I wonder if this paintbrush is just calling it a day. I keep wanting to call it a toothbrush for whatever reason. I don't know why I did the border first. That was probably not the best idea since I'm using white. So that's done, and I kind of am unsure as to why I got so creative with the edges since I'm going to be covering them up anyway. But yeah, now I'm going to go back to the border and finish that up. Need some water. So now I should be good. If my paintbrush would just stop flaring up. I've mixed this weird, like, very black almost, well, I guess gray almost black. And I'm just going to do the rest of it, like the rest of the outside of this, in this color. I just don't know. I want it to fade into the gray. I think that's good. It's all finished, the edges and everything like that. Did I miss a spot? Oh no, I did not. So I gotta figure out what colors I'm going to make the actual hermit. And then the hands, kind of have an idea, but I'm just wondering if the colors that I use, if they're going to blend in with the background I've created. This is what I've done and how I made the gray a little bit whiter. I want to make, so I got my Sharpie. I wanted to, I don't know that I can make these lines that thin, and I definitely don't want to lose the detail on the hands. So I've decided on a color on them. They're going to be a gray color, probably something close to this. And then I might just outline them with this, just because, like, again, I don't know that I have paintbrushes that will get that sharp of a detail there. Maybe I could probably do it with this one, but I don't want to risk losing the detail. I like this gray, so we're going to go with that. That's basically what they look like right now. And I think before I do the outline on them, I'm going to move over to different areas of the artwork. I made this brown color for the staff, and simply I made this with red, yellow, and then some black. And so this is going to be the color of probably the outside part of this, like the part that's twisting around the middle one. And I'm going to make that one a little bit lighter. So I think, yeah, I think that'll work. So this will be this color, and then this one will be a lighter brown. To that same color, that brown color, I've now just added some white, and that's how I got this color that I'm now applying. I'm unsure as to why I felt the need to add detail to the staff, but also I messed up right there. Don't worry about that. I will cover that up once I get to doing the background of this. But I made little tiny streaks mixing different colors of brown. Here I mixed light into the dark color when I was mixing the colors, and then over here it was the opposite, where I mixed dark brown into that light brown that I made, and therefore I just made really soft streaks there. Same concept here, made soft streaks around there, and that's how I ended up with this texture, well, this texture looking pattern. I've applied a bit of white in here just to cover up all the marks that I had made with the pencils. And right now what I'm going to do is, I've just got solid black. I'm going to be applying that in the around the edges here by the arms, and I'm hoping to kind of fade it into the Hermit. One thing I gotta figure out is I need to figure out what kind of, how I'm going to make this black lighter as it gets into closer to him, because again the light's going to be coming from this way, that way. So at the very least it would start from here down. So yeah, but for right now I'm just going to be applying this very dark, I guess the color is jet black. So I've tried my best when I got close to the hands to not get into the fingers, but in a couple of spots I did go into them. One being, ooh, I missed a spot. Down here, and then into this one here, the index finger here. And so what I'm quickly going to do is I'm going to touch that up with the gray color, and then once I've touched them up, I think this is as far as I'm going to go with this solid black. Once I start coming into here, it'll probably become somewhat of a dark gray. But until I get to about like here, this area here, then that's when it will really lighten up. Because I do want the robe to be white, and I will need to outline the robe in some sort of color. Probably like super light gray. I'm kind of unsure. When I was coloring this in with white, I left the mask, his mask white, and I am going to leave that way. I will just outline it here with the Sharpie, like around the nose and that area there. And then on the hair, I'm still kind of unsure as to what I'm gonna do there. I added a little bit of texture to the hands, just using different gray colors so that they could look like they were, I guess, dirty. Right now, the way that the painting looks, it reminds me of the cover of Scarface. I've completed the background. I did incorporate a couple of different shades of black just to fade in and make it like look like the light's kind of there's not enough light coming down this way, obviously, so it just is pitch black over here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this Sharpie and I'm going to outline the hands, and then possibly some facial features there, as well as the Hermit's hands too. Then I have to determine what color I'll use for the robe and his hair. I'm really struggling as to what color to make its hair. but the outlines are done. So kind of a close-up of them and his face. Those are the colors that I made for the lamp. If you go a little closer, they are two different colors. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a light blue color here. And I need to figure out, like there's a pencil mark right there. I need to figure out how to get rid of that. As you can tell, if I use white, it's not exactly the same white as the canvas. And so if I do put white right there, it's definitely going to show. So lately, things have been fairly crazy, and I'm finding myself having to draw in the daytime. I hate drawing in the daytime, but anyway, hopefully you can hear me just fine. Also, I brought my mask in from my other. I brought my other mask. I think lately I've been using one mask particularly a lot, and so this is actually my favorite one. The goal is to get this done in the next 30 minutes or so. Yeah. Sometimes they take a lot longer than I anticipate. Anyways. I couldn't quite figure out how to make his arm different from the rest of, or have it stand out from the rest of the image. And I figured to just use this bluish color anywhere where there was white. So as you can tell on the outside part over here, there's no blue. It's only where like white meets white. So now it's just a matter of figuring out the hair. Oh, the fire and the lantern, I guess. So that's all done as well. And so it's just a matter of, I guess not really a matter of anything. It's just I'm getting closer as time goes on. I want his hair to be as close to white as possible. However, there's too much white going on. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this like super, very, I guess, light gray down through its hair as so. And then hopefully it'll fade into white. But then I'm also going to be outlining this with black. So the thin outline will just be kind of to distinguish that it's hair. Okay, so back with Sharpie. Now I'm going to outline the hair. My Sharpie works still. I'm a little bit annoyed with his hair. I don't know why I can't figure it out, but it just doesn't come out like I want it to look. So he looks like this. At this time though, I'm just going to get the title of the card on the bottom and then the card number on the top. And I think I'm going to call it good. I may outline this border. I have left it there because I'm kind of unsure if I should just cover it with white or if I should go through and make a thin black outline. I don't know yet, but yeah. Also, there's quite a bit of detail in here. You really can't see it though. I've done some areas in the rope darker than just plain white, like here on the elbow. You can kind of see it a little bit more, but yeah. At this time, I think I'm just going to title it and call it good. Unfortunately, it didn't. This one's one that's not necessarily coming out 100% to what I envisioned. The card number for the Hermit is the number 9, so which would be IX. So that's what I'm going to put as close to the center as possible. I don't seem to have my ruler near me, so let's just do some rough measuring here. So it'll be around here. Perfect. It's a little crooked, but actually that kind of fixed it. It just looked like that because the set was a little thicker. And it's done.